Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. Oh, and I just want to say before we start, um, I was watching you all chatting as the intro's playing and that, and I've got my other computer set up and watching you all chatting, and I feel sort of almost tearful, but in a nice way. It's nice to feel tearful in a nice way for a change. I feel all emotional in a nice way. It's so lovely to see you all chatting and just being nice to each other. And, because when you do a true crime channel, as we know, it's been hard lately. It's always hard, to be honest. Can't say it's been hard lately. It's always difficult. And every now and again, it all gets too much, doesn't it? And then we remember, because of looking at you all in the chat and everything, to see how really people in the main are really nice. They are. There's a lot of twonks out there, but they're the minority. We've always got to remember that. So that's a positive thing we've got to start off with. Not everybody is a twonk, and most people aren't. But the thing is, twonks stand out, don't they? It's that I get that with my Spanish students, I don't mean they're twonks. I don't mean that. What I mean is they sort of like, they do an exercise with maybe 20 questions. They get 18 questions right and they focus on the 2 that they get wrong. They're like, oh, I can't believe I've got that wrong. Because people do tend to notice negativity more. There's so much positivity happens all over the world every day and nobody notices it. But as soon as something terrible happens, it's all over the news and, we start following a case or whatever. But there's so many good things. There's a lot of good things that people do as well. And I was thinking about the Advent calendar that I did leading up to Christmas, where everything was positive. Sometimes maybe I need to do a bit more of that in the videos. Anyway, I'm lighting the candle for all of us, but primarily for Sebastian tonight, because he's still not been found, has he? And that shit show has just got crazier and crazier, and that's what we're going to look at tonight. But I wanted to start off with some positivity, because on Sunday, we were talking in the members last night. For those of you that are members that were either in the live chat or have watched it since, we were saying we need a fiesta, a party. We haven't had a party for ages. Was it St. Patrick's Day? Probably the last party we had. Every now and again we have a little party, don't we? A party. And, we have a bit of fun and I wear something. I haven't worn anything stupid for ages. So I need to wear something silly. And so that'll make you all laugh. And we're going to have a quiz night. We're going to have a quiz night and we're going to have it on Sunday night. That's what I've decided. So tonight we're going to talk about Sebastian. Tomorrow night I'm going out. I'm going out for a meal, only for the Chinese, the usual thing. So tomorrow night, I may do a live later on tomorrow night, but I'm not doing the quiz tomorrow. So I thought Sunday evening we will have a quiz night. And that just a bit of fun, like nothing to do with I might throw in some questions there about serial killers or I was talking to a student of mine the other day who's also interested in true crime, and I thought, God, if I ever went on Mastermind, I think my specialist subject would be serial killers, which is a bit sad, isn't it? But it's true. It's just lots of people are interested in true crime. I don't think anyone really understands the psychology of that. But that's just the way it is. There's no point in thinking, well, why? It's just it is. People are interested in it for whatever reason. Probably one day I'll do a video on why people are interested in it. Because we're interested in it, but every now and again it wears us down, but we have got to remember, if you think of 10 people that maybe one of them's a bit of a twonk, but probably not a murdering twonk, but just an idiot or just not a nice person. But there'll be another 9 people that that actually they're quite nice. So at least that many. So we've always got to keep that in mind. We're going to stay positive. We're going to stay positive. We've got to stay positive, haven't we? Positivity is important, and there are bad things go on all over the world, but there's also lots of good things. So we're going to look a bit more at that maybe in the future. I'll do the bad things. True crime is interesting for whatever reason. And I will, obviously, I'm not going to change my channel to not be about true crime. But I mean, I do talk about other things as well. But, you know, true crime is what intrigues us, mysteries. You know, that's a human condition. We're all interested in mysteries. You know, if we want resolution, maybe that's a human condition as well, of wanting an answer, wanting a resolution to something. Maybe that's like a, you know, a human sort of thing that we want, you know, so maybe that's why we watch true crime as well. So I'm going to say, so put a date in your diary for Sunday evening. We are going to do a quiz. And it will have a lot of different things in it. I'm definitely going to do some music things that we talked about last night. You know, maybe I'll give a line from a song and you've got to guess what song it is. But there'll be more than that. I think there'll be like, I'm going to do, you know, a quiz with different sections. And it's just a fun quiz. Obviously, it's not any prizes because I don't know how I can sort of do it like that really. But just a bit of fun. We're going to have a laugh. We're going to have, well, I'll be having a little drinky poos. In fact, I've got a little wine tonight. I haven't had a wine, I haven't had the golden gobbler for ages. You know, it's like, I don't know why, but I just haven't. Anyway, what have I got in here? I've got rosé wine. I have to look at it twice because it could be anything. But I have put some ice in it because it's warming up. It's only 20 degrees, but it feels warm. It feels like summer's coming. So, oh, cheers. Anyway, let me say hello to everybody. Hi, David. Oh, Chumby, you are slacking because David's been first a few times. Hi, Laurie. Hi, DMV. Hi, Chumba. Now, I hope you've all had a good today. I've had a really good day today, but what you might notice over the next, well, weeks, probably, it won't be days. I've had, you know, I've been trying to improve my video making skills, my thumbnail making skills. I mean, they're a million times better than they were when I first started, but they're still not fantastic. But they are, you know, they're coming on. And I've had a little tutorial today with with someone who helps me out a lot. And that's been really good. And then what did I do after that? Then I just had some lunch and no, I don't know where the day's gone. Where do the days go? I mean, I'm not complaining. It's good. It's good when your days go quick and you've got things to do, you know. Hi, Heather. Hi, Laurie. I might have said hello to you already, Laurie. I can't remember now. Could have only had one glass of water because I've not been drinking much lately. It's funny, isn't it? The less you drink, then you have one drink and it's like, oh my God. Laurie, you've got a different emoji. It depends on how long you've been a member. Oh, David's explained it to you and DMV's explained it to you. Brilliant. Yeah, and every now and again I swap the emojis about, you know, like in the sense of I swap them about for, you know, there's a certain emoji that people get when they've just joined. There's another emoji for 2 months, 3 months, etc. But every now and again I do swap them around. Hi, Mello. Hi, Simon. Yeah, I keep meaning to, Heather. Heather's always saying I should do a necklace collection. I want to do one. It's just a time, honest to God. If only there were 48 hours in every day, isn't it? Yeah, I'm feeling positive tonight. I've got this positive head on, David. The good always outweighs the bad. Good people outweigh bad people. Oh, DMV's going to get drunk for this party. It'll be 8 o'clock. I'll tell you now when it'll be. I think I was umming and ahhing whether to do it early afternoon. But I'm going to do it at 8 because I know there's people in my chat from all over, so from Australia, from America, from UK, etc. So I think if I do it at 8 o'clock, everyone's got a chance to enjoy it. Oh, Charlie likes the quiz, I know, and Charlie is so knowledgeable. Do you know, I might put a religious section in there just for you, Charlie, because Charlie always knows all the questions about religion. Oh, Heather, have you already been on the Vino, Heather? Yeah. Well, it's Friday. That's why. It's Friday. If Friday is the night for Vino, if no other night. Ah. That's Lionel Richie's gone a bit weird. He must be quite, no offence, but he's a lot older than me, Lionel Richie, so I'd imagine he's pretty old. He must be getting on, he must be bobbing on a bit, as we say. Sorry, I'm reading the chat now. I'm going down. Yeah, I suppose, I don't know if I can do it like a poll. Sam's asking, can I do it like a poll? I don't know how I can do it. I will look at it. I will have a think about it and I will announce. I'll do a poll on it. Mello says, is the quiz this coming Sunday? Yes, this coming Sunday. Yeah, it's been really warm. Do you know what? I haven't been out the house today. Charlie's been on the beach again, 25 degrees. Don't forget that Charlie lives in Spain. I'm getting some sun tomorrow. No matter what, I'm getting some sun. I'm going on my roof or going on the beach. I'm doing something. I've been glued to this chair today. I've been on the computer. I can't get off the bloody computer. But thank you for the likes. Thank you. Oh, Chumba, I've thought about getting a PO box. I need to get my shop sorted back out again, and this thing. There's a lot of things that I want to do because I want to send things out to the members as well. But it's just like, honest to God, literally, that's how it feels at the moment. There's so many things that I want to do, and just not enough hours in the day. But I'll get there. But thank you, Chumba. That's very kind. Oh, 23 degrees in Cambridgeshire. Yeah, maybe we should do teams. Oh. So Heather's telling me that Lionel Richie lost his voice, had an operation, and he doesn't sound the same. I don't know. Hi, Yvonne. Who chats sometimes? Lionel Richie. Yeah, you can join. I don't know how you can make. I don't know how you can make. What's the word? Teams for this. But anyway, we'll think about it. I'll think about it. So Charlie's saying it's going to be nice again here in Spain. Saturday and Sunday will be sunny here again. 23 degrees. Cool. And it's hot in Scotland as well. But the thing is, how I feel at the moment. Charlie might back me up in this. Where are we? We're on the 10th of May. And I really do feel like it's coming. I think that rain that we had last week, I think that's the end of it now. I do think that this is, summer's coming. That's not a good thing, to be honest, because then I know we've got June, July, and August that'll be absolutely unbearable. Well, certainly July and August, but I know you all look. Thing is, if you live in a country where there's not much sun, you always want the sun. But if you live in a country where there's a lot of sun, it can be quite exhausting, especially if you've got work in it. It's not just holidays. You're not just going sitting around the pool, going to the beach. You've actually got to try and get your head up thinking straight. You can't think when it's hot. You just cannot think straight. But anyway. Okay, so let's start let's chat, as they say. So, tonight we're still doing Sebastian Rogers, because poor Sebastian, still no sign of him. Still, the fact that this is a 15-year-old boy autistic boy that's gone missing, seems to have got lost in the mix of the arguments between his mum, Katie Proudfoot, his dad, Seth Rogers, and his stepdad, Chris Proudfoot. Now, they're always telling us all, that there's no, they're trying to come together and all talk about Sebastian, etc., and only Sebastian counts. But really, it doesn't feel like that, does it? It just feels like slander after slander, mainly from Seth, I've got to say. Anyway, so last night, I've sort of lost track. Last night in the members live, we looked at the fact that Seth had been on Nancy Grace doing this lie detector, and during his lie detector, the lie detector person, the polygraph person, asked him, what do you think happened to Sebastian? And Seth said he thought that Katie had overdosed medication to Sebastian. So this, as you can imagine, has caused a massive outcry, and you know that in the streets of YouTube, as they call it, most people are very anti the Proudfoots. If you were to do a poll over the whole of YouTube, everyone's anti Chris and Katie, because I suppose Katie was the last person, wasn't she, to see Sebastian alive? Well, say alive, we don't know he's dead. She was the last person to see Sebastian before he disappeared. So we don't know, what happened. Did something happen? Or is it true what they're saying, that he literally disappeared? He stepped off the front porch, went wherever he was going. Something happened to him, either good, I say good, I mean good thing, like in that he went off with someone of his own free will and he's safe somewhere playing his PlayStation or Xbox or whatever he plays. Or did some foul play befall him? Did somebody take him off somewhere? Did he, hide in the rubbish bin and be taken off to we just don't know. All we know is he was there 1 minute and then he wasn't. Or did Katie do something to him? Did Chris help Katie do? I don't think Chris could have helped Katie do something to him, but did he go and help her clear up the scene? Or, we just don't know. And of course, a lot of horrible things have been said to Chris and Katie without evidence. And to be fair, there is no evidence whatsoever that Chris and Katie did something to Sebastian. It's like that. God, these sort of weird cases sometimes that come up, like Nicola Bulley or even Madeleine McCann, no evidence of anything. But having said that, in the McCann case, the cadaver dogs did pick up a scent. the cadaver dogs, as far as I know, have not picked up a scent. There was a scent picked up of Sebastian that went to the pond and then disappeared apparently. But as far as I know, and somebody might be able to correct me, I don't think there's been any, I don't think the cadaver dogs picked up any scent, as far as I know, because of course the police are being stum about it all. Hi, Katrina. Hi. You know, so it's one of those cases. The police are being very quiet about everything. Then we had the issue of the photo that was taken in North Carolina of someone who looked very much like Sebastian. Seth, his own father, said it definitely was Sebastian, but now it's been debunked. It's definitely 100% not Sebastian. The police confirmed it, and then the mother of the actual child it was, she went on social media to tell everybody that it definitely was not him. You know, so it wasn't him, but Seth thought it was. But Katie and Chris, right from the beginning, said it wasn't. And, you know, this to me is in their favour in the sense of if they said it right from the beginning. This is 2 weeks ago when this came out. If Chris and Katie, you know, were guilty of something, wouldn't they have said, yeah, that's definitely Sebastian? You know, a bit like Seth did. Seth said, oh, yeah, it's definitely Sebastian, because it's in their interests. You know, whether you like Chris or you like Katie, it's not personality contest. It's did they do something to Sebastian or not? And if they had done something to Sebastian, I've always thought, one, they would say he had shoes with him. I've always been surprised that they said he didn't have any shoes on, because I feel that if they had actually done something to him, they would have said that he did have shoes on, you know, saying that he's run away. And the other thing is this photo. Now, surely they would have said, oh, yeah, that's definitely Sebastian, because they would have wanted, you know, controversy or mystery or whatever. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. But at the end of the day, it's not Sebastian. It is not Sebastian. And that's been confirmed not only by the police, but confirmed by the mother of the child that it actually was. Now, what we're going to look at tonight, because then there's been the polygraphs. Apparently, Katie took a polygraph with the police and passed it. Apparently, Chris has taken a polygraph with the police and passed it. Then Seth took a polygraph with Nancy Grace, and then there was all the rumours that he hadn't passed it and he fell asleep on it and this, that and the other. And then just this week, was it yesterday? I've lost track in this case. Yesterday or the day before, oh my God, that was a mosquito. The mosquitoes are out. That's how I know summer's coming in. Oh, there it is. If I just suddenly splat the screen, it's because there's a mosquito buzzing around. Yeah, Nancy Grace. So, you know, after making us wait forever for the results of this polygraph test, finally said that Seth had passed this polygraph test. But even that now has been like, you know, has become confusing, because also some audio was released of Seth saying to the polygrapher asked him, what do you think happened to Sebastian? And he said, I think Katie overdosed him. I mean, you know, this is my problem with Seth. Seth has done nothing right from when he first started, because he didn't start talking about this case until a week into it. But right from then, he's been on all these YouTube channels saying very nasty things about Katie and Chris, which may be true. I'm not saying they're not true, But, he's not himself, he's not an angel himself. None of us are we? None of us are. And again, I still haven't read out the divorce papers. But if you've read the divorce papers, the claims that were made in the divorce papers, he wasn't nice at all to Sebastian. He abused him terribly. So where's the truth? Where's the truth? Anyway, I'm still not going to read out those divorce papers, not tonight anyway, because tonight what I'm going to do is we're going to look. Oh, so after this happened, after Seth then said this about about Katie, that he thought Katie had overdosed Sebastian, and that's what had happened. Of course, Chris then phoned the PIs, the private investigators that Seth had employed, and he went mental. I mean, he did go mental. And I've got to warn you with this video that we're going to watch that it's a little bit edited because I've taken it off a YouTube channel. I don't like the comments the YouTuber made. So I've just, edited the bits where Chris is actually speaking. And what I would say to you is, yes, he does come over very aggressive. I think this is why people don't like Chris, because he's got no filter, has he? He just says what he thinks. But I think what you've got to bear in mind that he thought this was a private conversation. He did not know it was going to be broadcast all over YouTube. But apparently this conversation between Chris and one of the personal private investigators has been leaked by Seth. That's what the private investigators are saying. They're saying they did not leak the call, but it's been recorded and it's been released to all YouTube channels, so everyone that's on nearly every YouTube channel you can imagine. And of course, most YouTube channels are anti-Chris. So nobody's saying what I'm going to say, which is, it is awful. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is wrong, the things he says. But I can see that he's really angry. I'd be angry. I'd be really, really angry. So if somehow, I think another reason why I sympathise with Seth a bit, not Seth, Chris a bit, is because I'd be just like him. I'd be like so angry and I'd have no filter. I'd be saying all these things, and also I wouldn't swear as much as he does swear too much. So I'm just warning Charlie, I know you don't like swearing. You're going to hear some swearing. But what I'm saying is, he was on the phone, angry on the phone to the private investigator, really sort of shouting at her because, in his eyes, Chloe, the private investigator who supposedly have leaked this telephone call, who, from what I saw of her before, I think she is a bitch. I do think she tries to wind him up. She may have a good reason for it. Don't get me wrong. That's like what the police. If she feels that he's really guilty of something, maybe that's the reason. Maybe her trying to wind him up is a result of her being a good private investigator. I don't know, because I don't know what she knows. But all I know is, in my opinion, a private investigator is not supposed to leak all this shit. Try and wind the whole thing up and cause animosity and cause problems. That would be my way of looking at it, is why is she trying to wind it up? Hi, Julie. Yeah, me too. I mean, would you be angry? Well, so what we're going to do, first of all, we're just going to look at, there was a tweet or an X, whichever way you want to call it. It'll always be a tweet to me, sorry. I think I hope it ends up going back to be called a tweet. So this was JLR posted this. The former private investigator of Seth Rogers is claiming that Seth shared an audio recording of Chris Proudfoot making threats of serious bodily harm. Now, when you listen to this, he doesn't make threats of serious bodily harm, because what he says, he's angry, but what he actually says, and we'll hear it when we listen to the recording, he actually says he'll take the police with him. So he's obviously not going to go and, rough someone up if he's got the police there with him. So I think it's just, think about, because before I was thinking, who's looking after Seth, who's stopping him from saying all this crap? Now I'm thinking, who's stopping Chris from saying all this crap? Someone needs to get a hold of Chris. I expect he's quite hard to tone down, but he's going, when he's angry, it's like he, and I don't blame him for being angry, because there's so many things happening and so many bad things being said about him. But, someone needs to rein him in. He needs reining in. He definitely needs anger management classes or whatever. Needs something, because he can't, when he's angry, he can't contain it, and his language comes out. Anyway, so yeah, former private investigator of Seth Rogers is claiming that Seth shared out an audio recording of Chris Proudfoot making threats of serious bodily harm, and the former private investigator is claiming that now her private investigator license is on the line. So let's have a look at this. So this is the Justice Warrior investigations. I have been put in a very bad position that could affect my business and or my license if I do not speak up. As I have previously mentioned, I've worked cases in the past under the scope of podcaster. When I am working as a podcaster, I have no obligation of confidentiality because I do not have a client. However, in this case, I do have a client, and therefore there is an obligation of confidentiality, and I take that very seriously. I'm going to, excuse me, Jesus. I've kept all my audios close to the vest in this case, and I've been very cautious about what I have shared with the public. With that said, it needs to be understood that neither I, Chloe's the one that needs looking at in my eyes, Tracy, or anybody else who is under this obligation leaked that audio. So she's saying that it was Seth who leaked the audio. She doesn't think it was Chloe. I think it could well have been Chloe. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It is my understanding that my client shared it with someone who leaked it. It should be known that I didn't send it to my client because I was afraid it would create more chaos and distract further from finding Sebastian. However, my client made a request for the audio to one of the people I did share it with, and they did not see a reason to share it, withhold it from him. Technically, as my client, he did have every right to have it, and he is the only person that I and my team owe a duty of confidentiality to. It should also be noted that my client called me last night and told me that I could share this information. I wasn't planning to, but given the amount of people accusing me of breach of confidentiality, it has become necessary. I will say it again, there was not a breach of confidentiality. Of course it was a fucking breach of sorry, Charlie. There was definitely a breach of confidentiality, Heather. And that she says the leak did not come from our camp. Thanks and have a blessed day. Well, I don't believe that. I think Chloe is the prime person that I would think shared that. And you know what? These people these private investigators, they're not, I'm sorry, in my eyes, they're not proper private. You know, anyone could be a private investigator. What is the, they've done nothing from the start except, you know, cause problems. We had that Chloe on another YouTube channel. Why are they going on YouTube channels? Going on another YouTube channel saying that she thought it was foul play, definitely being all sniffy with Chris Proudfoot when he came on. You know, I'm not condoning Chris Proudfoot's behaviour, but I do understand why he's angry. I really do, and I would be really angry. But really, what he needs to do is get a lawyer to do. I mean, maybe he doesn't want to get a lawyer because he thinks people will say, "Why has he got a lawyer?" You know, I feel that the Proudfoots, and they may be guilty of something, I don't know, but I really feel it doesn't matter what they do. You know, Katie could go off and live in a nunnery and become Saint Teresa, and Chris could go off and be a monk somewhere, or he could go off and give all his money to charity. It wouldn't matter what they did. People hate them, and that's it. And that seems unfair to me. But Seth has caused any drama. There's been a lot of drama in this case, and to me, it's all been caused by Seth. I don't see that Chris and Katie have caused drama, but every now he has with this. Now, what we're going to listen to, though, the other thing you've got to remember is it wasn't a YouTube call this time. It was a private phone call that he made to one of the private investigators. They were there on bloody on that podcast that they were all on in the end. The private investigators were saying, "Oh, you know, Chris Proudfoot should ring us. He should contact us." And so he's contacted them, angry, admittedly, but he's contacted them, and they've now blasted it all over YouTube. It was a private phone call. It wasn't him ringing up to a YouTube channel. And no wonder he was angry. But anyway, there you go. We'll make our minds up as we... Hi, the ugly. We'll make our minds up as we listen to it, and we'll all have our own opinions. So remember, be respectful of people's opinions. Some people hate Chris. Some people... I don't hate Chris. I don't hate Seth. I don't hate any of them. I just want to know, where is Sebastian? This has literally turned into a circus. So now this phone call that he's made, that's supposed to be a... Imagine if you'd had a private phone call with someone and you had lost it. Well, if you're out there and you've never lost it, I know Charlie's a little bit of a saint, but I think I'm not. I've lost it loads of times on phone calls. I wouldn't want that to be heard again. You know, I wouldn't want that to be played out to thousands of people, you know, because when you're angry, you're angry. And I haven't even been as angry over something significant like my son going missing. I've been angry over, you know, also, you know, it'd be some bureaucracy. I had so many problems with my internet last week. Probably if someone listened to them, some of them phone calls that I had, they say, "Oh, she's a bit aggressive," because nobody was listening to me. No, I didn't swear. Now, again, as I say, please be warned, a lot of bad language coming up. So, with no more ado, let's listen to this phone call. Yeah, I know what you're saying, DMV, but I think I think it was, Chris has got this weird, this is what I mean, Chris needs someone telling him, don't say that. Because I think he was sort of saying what he was saying, like web sleuth. So that was the name of the YouTube channel. Instead of web sleuth, he was saying web slut, wasn't he? Thought he was being funny. That's like, he is macho and he has got a bad way of expressing it. I'm not saying he hasn't. He should not have said these things that he said. But as far as understanding why he was angry, yeah, I do. But anyway, let's see. We're going to listen to it.
There's a difference in helping find Sebastian and just being stupid.
Now, I just want to tell you, it's, in fact, I'm going to put, maybe I'm being too kind. I'm going to put, actually, just hang on a sec. I'm going to do it a different way, I think. I was going to put a picture, I want to put a picture of Sebastian over it, you know. So, just let me see. Going to do it a little bit differently. Now, give you a chance while I'm sorting it out is if you've got earbuds, earphones, you'd be better off listening to it with those because the audio is not brilliant. So just to tell you that, the audio is not brilliant. So get your earbuds, get your ear things out, ready to listen because you'll hear it better that way. I've tried to make it as, you know, good as possible, but I'm not very good at that. Let me just put a picture of Sebastian up. Ooh. What have I done with my pictures of Sebastian? Oh no, I seem to have lost my pictures. Anyway, I'm getting there, hang on. No, I managed it. Never mind, I'll put a picture of him up.
Okay, well, let me ask you something.
Yeah, sorry, I did warn you it's bad language. I need to put a picture of him over this. You know, when you're all prepared and then it turns out you're not. Right, let me see. What picture do I want to put up of him? Trouble is, you know, most of the pictures that are out there, they are not recent ones of him. And this is a problem. But of course, you know, Sebastian's 15 years old. I don't know about any of you who've ever had a 15-year-old. You can't get a bloody picture of him. They don't want to have the picture taken. They go mad if you take a picture of him. So that's probably why, you know, you find that there are a lot of photos when your kids are young, aren't they? And then as they get older, the photos get, oh, there, I've got one there actually. There you go, there you go. Okay, let's go.
Just for a second, like, are you sure it was her and not like one of these sleuthers or something? Because I don't know. On the fucking show. It is her. Okay, I don't know who. I said she made a statement that she had it and wouldn't fucking release it. That right there was a trigger to start this fucking shitstorm. When she shouldn't have opened her fucking mouth in the beginning.
Right, so already there's a lot of swearing. Now let's remember, he's on there, he's angry because of this, of Seth coming out and saying that Katie had overdosed Sebastian. Now think about that. That's a big accusation. that's like slander, really, isn't it? If you've got no justification for Seth to come out and say that. So he's angry about that. He's angry with the private investigators who said to him that, oh, there was no, he should just contact them. There's no problem in him contacting them, and they'd all work together and blah, de, blah, de, blah. But actually, that's not true, is it? Because as soon as he's tried to work with them together, it's all sort of gone skew with. But anyway, I'm not excusing his language. I'm not excusing his aggression. I'm just trying to say it and see why he was aggressive.
I don't know what kind of fucking PI or whatever the fuck she thinks she is or how she does this, but if she needs a fucking education and schooling on being a PI, I guarantee you I'll find somebody who is truly a PI and let them school the fuck out of this woman.
All right, well, let me try to figure it out, because I know neither her or I have given out any of Katie's information.
It's not giving it out. All you have to do is start with sense. I have the information. I'm not doing it.
I think that's
I'm trying to be as simple as possible.
Isn't that the only interview she's even done?
Yes.
I don't think she's.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
care. She's not my PI. She's not.
Yeah.
It's still fucking in the goddamn front of me.
Right.
She was on fire. I went and piss on her.
It gets worse, believe me. And yeah, he does say effing a lot, and he says a lot of worse words than that. But the thing is, hi Patricia, the thing is, you can't arrest him because there's no evidence that can't arrest someone for swearing. But now they're saying that he threatened physical violence. I don't think he did, but let's listen and you tell me what you think.
Put her out.
I mean, it's not like Katie, it's not like Chloe, because she's very private. Like, I'm more public than she is. You know that.
I promise you, go back and watch that fucking video.
Yeah.
Go watch that fucking interview.
Okay. I mean, I was watching it. I know what she said, but she's usually very, very careful about what she says to the public.
That's.
Oh my God.
I'm not Seth.
Yeah.
I have the balls in the fucking spot to call people out on shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking
Just
coward.
don't take it personal, because she doesn't give her personal phone number out to anybody. I mean, like, only, like, I had it from, like, a previous case that we worked together. But she's very private about her personal information.
Chloe's done nothing
So,
wrong.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I feel bad. Like, I know Chloe, and I know that she's not, that's not her style. But I mean, I get it.
Maybe her head's so fucking twisted because she's too emotionally involved or personal involvement with them. I don't fucking know. And I'm not saying relationship.
Yeah, no.
Didn't say that. But whatever the fuck it is, you better goddamn fucking figure it out.
Neither her or I have given out any of Katie's information.
It's not giving it out. All you have to do is start with the information. I'm not going to release it.
Yeah.
She started a shitstorm. She better figure out how to fucking fix it.
Something else I'll tell you. There was a woman that reached out to me that before I had ever been, before I ever knew anything about Katie's family or past or whatever, there was like this random woman, like Sleuther, that reached out to me with like some of Katie's family's names and whatever. Like, I will say that she was wrong about, she was talking about penny pain, and she thought there's a penny pain that runs like some sort of I don't know. Yeah, it was the wrong penny pain. She had the right name.
She has the right name. Just like
Sorry. Sorry, terrible. Now, I did edit I did do a little editing of this, but I think I'm playing the wrong one here. Let me just find the one that I edited a little bit. because that's really, it's really bad language, isn't it? IBF. Let me just see if I can find the little bit better one. Oh, where is it? Oh no. No, I can't. It won't come on for some reason. So we're going to have to stick with this one. I can't find the. I'll try and find the little bit better one.
There's a difference in helping find Sebastian and just being a stupid fucking cunt.
Okay, well let me ask you something for a second. Like,
Let me fast forward it a bit.
Chloe's done nothing
Oh,
wrong.
I don't know.
Did you release it?
Yeah.
She started a shitstorm. She
Actually,
better figure out how to fucking fix it.
something else I'll tell you. There was a woman that reached out to me that before I had ever even, before I ever knew anything about Katie's family or past or whatever, there was like this random woman, like Sluther, that reached out to me with like some of Katie's family's names and whatever. Like, I will say that she was wrong about, she was talking about penny pain, and she thought there's a penny pain that runs like some sort of I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like Tourette's with Chris, isn't it? It's like you just can't help but say it. And that CUNT word, the equivalent of it in Spain, is not even really a proper swear word, which is strange. And what I found was when I lived in Manchester, that was a really bad word. And when I went to was working in London with a lot of Cockneys, they used that word all the time. All the time. It was a common word that they used. And I was like, oh my God, in fact, the amount of swearing that they did. And the other thing I find these days is a lot of young people swear. Like it's like nothing. They don't think anything of swearing. So when I was young, bloody would be the worst swear word. Even cow was a bad word. And now it's like all these words. How old is Chris? I don't know. I know he's not young, but he's not old, is he? So I don't know how old he is. But things change, and suddenly it seems like those words are just acceptable now.
Wrong penny pain. She had the right name.
She has the right names. Just like
It's the wrong people. Yeah.
supposedly murdered a 4-year-old.
Right.
You're
Exactly.
sick, babe.
And that's the problem with a lot of the sleuthers, is that they get a name and then they find somebody with that name and they run with it. It's not like Katie. It's not like Chloe. She's very private. Like,
I was
I
trying
more
to say that on
publicly
there.
she is. I mean, you know that.
I promise to go back and watch that fucking video.
Yeah.
Go watch that fucking interview.
Okay. I mean, I was watching it. I know what she said, but she's usually very, very careful about.
No, it just shows you, because Mara just asked me on the chat, I don't think there's a Spanish word as strong as the English one, is there, Vicky? And now I tried to message and say yes, because the worst swear word you can use in Spanish is puta or hijo de puta. And literally, I wrote the comment and YouTube just binned it off straight away. It wasn't even the Nightbot. It just was, YouTube rejected your comment. This usually means they think it's spam. Try changing it a bit. Trying to put, because of course YouTube is a, international concept. You can't try and get away with swearing in Spanish and think they won't notice it. They always notice it. So yeah, you cannot say it. You cannot say, well, basically it means son of a bitch, which really in English is not that bad. But in Spanish, that's terrible. That's the worst thing that you can say. It's just different swear words in different languages. They have a different weight, don't they? You know. So I remember, well, put it this way, I remember taking into my students a video of Jerry Springer, you know, for them to watch, advanced student English students that I had, trying to show them the video of the Jerry Springer video, and they could not believe how often bitch was said. Son of a bitch. It was like they were just outraged that word would be, those words would be on the TV. But you can say the cunt word, or the equivalent of the cunt word, which in Spanish is coño. You could say that, they say it all the time. Very odd, you know. And really what you have to think is, I think, you know, they are just words. The younger generation now, those words are nothing to say. Don't, you know, my son will say to me, oh, it's just a word. It's just a word. It doesn't mean anything. So, you know, it just depends where you come from and how you know, I wasn't used to swearing, as I say, when I was in Manchester. Bloody would have, bloody, bleeding, those kind of words. But certainly no words like cunt and even effing and that, not really. But when I went to live in London, they were all at it all the time, swearing constantly.
What she says to the
She's fucking careful. She's fucking
not to her. I don't even know. Actually, I do.
She's trying to be a dick to her, but if she got the fucking audacity to give me a working fucking phone number,
Sorry.
she better
I said, oh, it's not funny. I don't know why it's making me laugh. But now, yeah, what he did say, because what he said, he's stupid. He's on the phone and he's getting annoyed and he's saying, when I see that Chloe, she's dead. He did say that. He did say that. But he also said in the same sentence, and this is why I would say he's not, when the police look at it, they're not going to take it seriously as a death threat, because he said that, oh, when I say I'm going to take the police with me as well. So obviously if he's going to kill her, he's not going to take the police with him. But I agree, it sounds very aggressive and it'd be very scary if somebody said that to you, you know, or made that threat. But do you think that Chloe has done it on purpose? Chloe has deliberately tried to antagonize him. I thought that right from that Web Sleuths interview, she was baiting him. She was like, and now there may be a good reason why she's doing that, but it's evident that she's doing that, and it's worked. It's worked. You know, she was trying to bait him, and it's worked. He's baited. He's so angry. Maybe it's a way, you know, maybe it's a way of trying to get him to show his true self or whatever. You know, who knows what's going on in the background.
Yeah, that's the same number that Seth has, though. I will tell you.
yeah, that's. I'm not Seth.
Yeah.
I have the balls in the fucking spot to call people out on shit.
Yeah.
I'm not a fucking
Just don't take it personal because she doesn't give her personal phone number out to anybody. I mean, like, only, you know, like I had it from like a previous case that we worked together, but she's very private about her personal information. So, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what to say. I feel bad. Like, I just.
I've got to say, this woman he's talking to, is this Heather that he's talking to? She's very calm, isn't she? And maybe you're right, David. Maybe they have been told. Maybe they've been told to try and bait him and see what comes out. You know, because he's certainly he has got, you know, he's easy to antagonize. You know, he's easy to antagonize. That's why he should not be. Well, this is not. The other thing we have to remember is this is not a YouTube channel he's on. He's not phoning up YouTube. This is a normal phone call that he's making, but it's a private phone call. He wasn't expecting to be all over YouTube like he is now. And maybe that was their intention, you know, to try and bait him, to try and get him to say things. Maybe exactly that. Maybe they have been told to do that or asked to do that, or maybe they haven't been asked to do that by the police, but that's what they think they should do.
I know Chloe, and I know that she's not, that's not her style. I get it.
Maybe her head's so fucking twisted because she's too emotionally involved or personal involvement with it. I don't fucking know. I'm not saying relationship.
Yeah, no.
Didn't say that. But whatever the fuck it is, she better goddamn fucking figure it out and rich.
Sorry, I mean the language is terrible. I'm so sorry. It's just effing every other word. I don't know what YouTube thinks of that, but yeah, it's just constant, isn't it? He's like, see, but this also comes back to what I've always said about Chris, that if he is guilty of doing something to Sebastian, he's not trying to make it look as if he isn't at all, is he? He's like, everything he does makes him look more guilty. And I agree with you, DMV. He does remind me of Summer Wells's dad. He even sounds like him. Well, it's the same area, isn't it? They've got the same accent. It's Tennessee, isn't it? It's like they could be twins. Well, in the voice, they look different. Don Wells and Chris Proudfoot, they look completely different, but they sound exactly the same. They've got the same voice. I agree. So maybe it's just because of the accent, It's very. Anyway, let's carry on. Sorry about the language again.
I mean, I know, and I think I told you this before, she's more focused on the search side of things. That's been.
What the fuck is this bitch on fucking key on these goddamn?
No, she's not a person that shares personal information or private.
She didn't have to. She insinuated she had the information. She wasn't going to release it. She started a fucking fire shitstorm. What was the purpose of making that statement knowing fully that you're going to wind up in drug agents? That's going to have his fucking PIs. I don't need PIs.
See, and actually, as we're speaking,
all this shit for no fucking reason.
As we're speaking, I just got a message from a web sleuth that I don't even know. I don't even know their name. They go under a pseudonym, and they're sending.
Well, I was going to put Nightbot on again. I've had a look at another YouTube channel again that I was watching was using Nightbot, and I thought, well, it must be possible to use it without it throwing all your chatters off, So I was going to look at it. I didn't have time today to have a look at it again. It's just as well, because if Nightbot was on here now, I'd have no channel left. I'm bound to be demonetized. I'm sort of expecting that.
Me a picture of Katie's mom, and I don't know how they found that out. I didn't tell. They're telling me I don't know. So these web sleuthers, they are that shit 99.9% of the time, but they're pretty good at finding shit. And some of these people are just doing it on their own.
See, did you hear what she said then? She said these web sleuths are batshit. She said these web sleuths, they're batshit 99% of the time, but they do find things out. So, yeah, they're, I do feel that they are winding him up a bit. And maybe it is because they're trying to get him to admit to something, maybe.
You and Katie both were pretty reserved about anything that you were saying, and that was the one time that you just kind of went berserk.
That's the one time I went out there and stated the fucking facts.
Yeah.
I didn't go berserk. I'm fucking pissed. There's difference in berserk, stupid, psychotic, and every other action if you want to add into it. Yeah. I'm neither of those.
So he's saying he's not psychotic or anything like that. He's just pissed. And of course, pissed in American English means angry. And just for anyone who's watching in the UK, pissed means drunk. If you say you're pissed, you're not angry, you're drunk. But pissed in America is angry. And this is Chris's excuse all the time. He's like, I'm angry. And I'm not surprised he's angry. I'm not surprised he's angry. I'd be angry if I was him. But he can't, can't believe he's phoning up and saying all these swear words to some woman that he doesn't know. You know, it's odd, isn't it? He's so, you know, why did he think that was okay? Even if he didn't think it was going to be on YouTube later or whatever. Why did he think it was okay to talk to someone like that with all those swear words? And somebody said, which I think is true, what was it? Somebody said, like, yeah, can you record? I didn't think you were allowed to record a conversation without permission, except if you were police, obviously. Maybe she's allowed to do that because she's a private investigator, but you know, I don't think you're allowed to do that in any, you know, under any laws. You have to tell people, unless you're the police, you do what you want then. But if you're not, you have to, even insurance, you know, it's like you phone a bank, you phone an insurance company. They always tell you right from the beginning, this call may be recorded. So really, you know, people are talking about taking him to the police. He could take her to the police. She shouldn't be recording a call without his knowledge.
No, but I'm just saying you said a lot more than.
And by the way, I sent a message to Seth. Once again, he wants to talk about not responding or whatever. I got in touch with Tony. I talked to Tony. That probably ain't happened. Got in touch with the dog. Guess what? That ain't happened either. And that ain't even on my decision.
Yeah.
What?
Because Seth doesn't know how to open his fat fucking mouth and give everybody the truth. But what he does know, he didn't want to tell nobody, thinking that everybody's going to be sure sympathetic to his bullshit. When I told her exactly how many dogs, where they all went, what they've all done, she was like, there's nothing I can really do or offer at this point other than to assist in the search if needed.
Yeah. Oh, so you did actually talk to her?
Oh yeah, talked to her for over an hour, I think a half.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Last night.
That's good.
So once again, your client.
I haven't even talked to Seth since last night. He told me to take a break a couple days ago. He told me to take a break. So. Yeah, so I don't know. I gathered now. This is just me assuming, so we know how that goes. I may be way off, but I feel like it had something to do with this conversation with Bobby Simmons because Bobby had started communicating with him again instead of going through me. So that line of communication's opened back up, and I don't know.
We'll see for how long.
Yeah.
We'll see. I promise you, if Bobby told Seth anything of what he told us, Seth opens his fucking mouth, I promise you, it will never open.
So he's funny, Chris, because he seems to get all this anger out and then he sort of calms down. I don't know if he's got a bit of bipolar or whatever, because he can't seem to when he's angry, he can't seem to control himself at all. You know, but I've seen other videos where he's been very calm and he's sounded very reasonable. And you know, from sort of people I know in my family that have got bipolar, who are bipolar, they're quite often like, once they've got it all out, there's almost like an exhaustion afterwards, like it's like that, and then a calm that comes over. And I've noticed that with Chris. So maybe he's got something. Well, he's definitely got anger management problems. He definitely needs anger management. That's for sure.
So, and that's what anybody who's reached out to me, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
What's that?
So we can get in touch with Chloe.
What a piece of
I
shit.
suggest you tell that bitch don't try talking number.
Oh my.
See how he seems to have sort of calmed down now a bit. I mean, I know he's still swearing or whatever, but he's so much calmer. It's like he's got his rant out. reminds me of me a bit. I have been called bipolar Betty before by, by previous boyfriends. I mean, like, I don't think I'm bipolar, not full stream bipolar, but yeah, maybe we've all got a few bipolar tendencies. It's like, when you just get so angry, I am definitely one of those people. Maybe that's why I don't hate Chris so much, because I understand him a little bit. It's like you just get so angry and you get it all out, and then afterwards it's gone. Whereas some people can hold on to anger, can't they? They get angry, they don't speak to someone for weeks. I can't do that. Literally, I couldn't go a day really without not speaking to someone, but I can rise to anger. Maybe I feel with Chris now he's calming down. You can feel him calming down.
Okay. Do I have to say it like that?
You can tell her mine. You can tell her those are my fucking words, not yours. Mine.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's how certain things that y'all done on fucking YouTube and all this shit. How the fuck he does anything to help find Sebastian other than just put shit out there?
His language is carrying on.
Yeah.
If this left y'all down, he was completely empty fucking road.
Yeah. We never, obviously we haven't found them, so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got to thinking about this the other night when I talked. You said you didn't want to sound like a liar or anything. You're right, you don't. That's great. But now you got information out there that actually has absolutely fucking zero to do with anything.
Yeah, he's run out of steam, but he hasn't run out of swear words. I think that just must be common for him to swear, but certainly when he's angry.
There's no clues. There's like nothing up to what you'll have released. Very valid.
On what?
Information that's out there that actually has nothing to do with finding Sebastian.
You haven't even searched.
Well, like I said, it'll be this evening before I'll be able to get a hold of her. But
Yeah.
what purpose is there to bring through it? I mean, let's just be honest, that's fucking unreal. I mean, never understand why that needs to be out.
yeah.
It is what it is.
Okay.
I gotta get up and get ready to go to work.
All right.
See how calm he is now. Anyway, it's gone to the end now. Or, I have edited that a little bit, believe it or not. So if you want to watch the full interview, it was on Terry Lynn YouTube, but I think it's on quite a few YouTube channels. So believe it or not, I did edit it a little bit to make it a little bit more palatable. Let's take, sorry, Sebastian, I'm just going to take your picture down while I chat to everyone. Yeah, so what did you think of that? So that's Chris, and did you notice by the end of it, he was a lot calmer, wasn't he? He was a lot calmer. He sort of got all that anger out, and then it was like, and he's probably tired. Oh, and something that I just want to say is, at the end of it, there was a mention made by the YouTuber. Oh, because he said something like, well, I don't have because he's working still. Don't forget, he is working along with everything else. He's probably tired. I don't know if, isn't Seth supposed to be going back to work next week or something? I don't know. But, for all of them, it must be exhausting, because there comes a point, you'd have so much time off, I suppose. Anyone's employer maybe in the beginning would say, oh yeah, have a week off, have a fortnight off, even have a month off, maybe, depending on how lucky you were with your employer. But there's no employer's going to say to you, oh yeah, take as much time as you need, because at the end of the day, they're not just going to pay you for doing nothing forever. Not unless you work for a government. Maybe if you work for the civil service or some sort of government agency or whatever, but most places that you'd work for, they couldn't afford for you to be off for ages. Do you know what I mean? They'd be like, there's got to be an end to when you can be off for. Now, I did think, I mean, JLR has sort of cast aspersions to say, you know, Seth has earned so much on the GoFundMe that he could not work for a year and whatever. I don't know. Let's have a look at the GoFundMe. Let's see where we are with the GoFundMe. So this is organised by Sarah. Oh, let's have a look. Strange. It's no longer accepting donations. Anybody out there know why it's no longer accepting donations? How odd. So they've raised $25,000. Of course, a lot of it has been used to organise vigils, flyers, posters, etc. But does anyone know why that's been suspended? This fundraiser is no longer accepting donations. If you are an organiser, a beneficiary, team member or donor, sign in to see additional information. That's odd, isn't it? Anybody know anything about that? Who's out there? Anyway, the introduction. Hello, my name is Sarah Swank. I am the aunt of Sebastian Drake Rogers and sister of Seth Rogers. As many of you know, my nephew Sebastian has been missing since the early hours of the morning on Monday, February the 26th. Sorry, I'm just thinking that's not a lot, is it? $25,000 when you think of the interest in Sebastian's case. Honest to God, sometimes the YouTubers that I've watched, I mean, they literally have a tip jar right in the middle of the, you know, right in the middle of the screen, swinging from side to side, and they've got, you know, their tickers going on all through the video, and they. So why have I've seen that, and they're obviously earning quite a lot of money, the YouTubers, from it. So why is the actual fundraiser only $25,000? And of course, the reward is only $3,500, which again to me just seems low for the high-profile case. If you think like Rachel Marin's reward money is $35,000, why is Sebastian's so low when Katie and Chris as well, they're quite well off, aren't they, apparently? I mean, and don't get me wrong, they're well off because they work. I don't know if Katie's still working, but Chris is. They obviously earn a good wage, but it just seemed like a low amount to me there, the reward for Sebastian. And now this seems like a low amount on the GoFundMe. Am I just imagining that? But anyway, so my brother has been out of work as he continues his heartbreaking journey to find his son. With that said, well, he maybe, I bet he's been paid, I would imagine. But anyway, never mind. I don't care. If they've got a GoFundMe and people want to contribute to it, it's all good. With that said, I would like to reach out to see if we can pull together to help him a little financially. Unfortunately, the bills do not go away in situations like this, which they don't. Any little bit would help take that stress off of him. I would like to thank you in advance for your donations, your prayers, and continued search and fight to bring Sebastian home safely. Does anybody know why this fundraiser is no longer accepting donations? Is it just me, or do you think that's odd? Don't know whether to contact this Sarah Swank and ask her. Have a look at a picture of her. Yeah, I'll have a think about it. I'll try and find out, because I don't want to put any more pressure on them, but why has it been cancelled? He hasn't been found. He hasn't been found. So why has the GoFundMe been cancelled? Let's have a look. Maybe there's another one. Is this another one? Oh no, that's by Sebastian. No, that's not it. So that's on TikTok. So that's a bit of a mystery, isn't it? What's happened to the GoFundMe? Why has it stopped taking donations? I think they are working pro bono, the private investigators, but I still think that's odd, don't you? Or is it, or not? Seems to me. So everyone's talking about shoe sizes. Nobody's telling me what's happened to the donation. What's that? Yeah. Well, seems a bit odd to me. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Carl. I agree, to be honest. So who was saying that there? I don't know. Does that happen if you cash the GoFundMe out? Does it then? Hi, Ocean. Ocean might know. Ocean, do you know why? Or does anyone who's just come in, because people are coming in now, other people are coming in now, do you know why the GoFundMe has stopped accepting donations? We just looked at the GoFundMe, the Sebastian Rogers GoFundMe, and it says it's stopped accepting donations. Let me just Google it. Why? See if I can get anything. Oh dear. Oh, tired. I haven't had a nap today, so I'm tired because it's 9:30 here. Why is Sebastian Rogers GoFundMe been cancelled? Yeah, people have been asking this question. No answers though. No answers. Nope. So I don't know. Somebody might know. Like you say, DMV, you've got to do a little bit of sleuthing on that if you get a chance. I still wouldn't think. I still would have thought, even if he's gone back to work, he wouldn't close the fundraiser, because the fundraiser's been paying for leafleting and other people to search, or has he given up searching? And of course, the other thing we must not forget about Seth is he was convinced that boy that was seen in North Carolina was Sebastian. He said it several times. He said it just a couple of days ago. So I don't know. So the lawyer behind the reward was supposedly shady. Very odd. All odd. But do you know what? Everything in this case is odd. Has anything in this case been straightforward? Nada. Nothing. Zilch. Zero is straightforward. It's all confusing. Is there anybody out there who has, there's, oh God, just going on Facebook is depressing with this case, because I can't help but look at it and go on it, because there's interesting things on there, and every now and again there might be something important. But, what is going on? I mean, at the end of the day, it all gets lost. It all gets lost, and this is all that counts. This boy, he's somewhere. As I say every time, he has not been beamed up to the Starship Enterprise. He is not, energized, disappeared in a puff of smoke. He is somewhere. He is somewhere. Where is he? That's the question. Is it foul play? Is he being hidden somewhere? Has he been taken off by someone? Did he arrange to meet someone? Will we ever know? Will anyone ever know? I mean, it's awful. It's awful for us. Imagine how it is for his family. So, it's a complete, total mystery, this case. And at the heart of it, of course, is Sebastian. Anyway, I'm going to go. So I may do a video in the morning tomorrow, but definitely won't be here tomorrow night. But remember, on Sunday we're doing a quiz. If only we had the answers to where Sebastian was. I know you all seem to quite like quizzes, so we're going to do a quiz on Sunday night. Obviously, if something else comes up important in Sebastian's case or any of the other cases, I will be talking about that. But yeah, where is this boy? And for those of you who don't know, who are not members, last night I did mention the members that on Wednesday night I did have a dream about Sebastian, and he was safe and well. And that made me feel sort of encouraged, because the last person that I was covering their case I had a dream about was Samantha Murphy from Australia. And I did dream that she was dead quite early on in that case, before anyone was arrested, etc. But I did dream that Sebastian was alive, so I hope that's significant. Let's hope so. But anyway, so remember to live and love wisely, carefully. What can I say about Chris Proudfoot's language? But anyway, I understand why he was angry, but he hasn't done himself any favours again. But that again is part of the reason why I feel like he's probably not guilty, because I think he would try harder otherwise to sort of not look so sort of aggressive. But anyway, who knows? So take care, and until I see you again, may your God go with you. Night, night.